best bites forever.
Hi everyone, I'm Chef Alicia and today I'm making a s'mores ice cream terrine. For this recipe you do need to be just a little bit patient because you have to let it freeze in between each layer. If you don't let the layers freeze, you're going to end up with something more like a s'mores ice cream swirl, which I'm sure would also be really, really delicious. However, in this particular recipe, I was trying to kind of give like the feel of a s'more. So it's the graham cracker followed by the marshmallow, the chocolate, and then another graham cracker on top. Of course, in this case, it's going to be the graham cracker crust, ice cream ganache, and another graham cracker crust on top. I also did a simplified version of this recipe, which my girls are going to be posting on their Pattycake Kitchen page. So if you'd like to do an easy version of my s'mores ice cream, you can go over to their channel and check it out. And it's also going to show you a couple cheats for the ganache and some stuff like that. So if you want the simple version, go over there. If you want the cool terrine version, theirs is also cool. But, you know, the more chefy kind of version, then check out this recipe or watch both because that would be really awesome too. And enjoy. I'm going to start off by roasting 10 marshmallows. So I have my marshmallows here and they are on a silpat, which is a silicone baking mat, and I'm putting them under the broiler on high. These took exactly 58 seconds to get this color on them, and I don't want to go any darker than that. Put those over to the side and grab a container. Into the container goes 3 cups of heavy cream along with 1 1/4 cups of milk, 3/4 of a cup of sugar, 1/2 of a teaspoon of vanilla, and just a pinch of salt to kind of bring out the flavors there. Stir everything together until all of the sugar is dissolved, and it is really important to make sure your sugar is dissolved because you don't want to have grainy ice cream. After you get that all dissolved in there, go ahead and add in those beautiful roasted marshmallows that we just made, and then put a lid on this and put it in the refrigerator overnight. So this is the next day, and this is my ice cream maker. I have it turned on and it spent, well, I actually store it in my freezer, so it was in there over 24 hours. And as you can see, I'm just adding that marshmallow ice cream base right in there, but follow your ice cream maker's, manual instructions. Once I get that going, I'm going to go over here and make my bottom layer. So I'm adding 1/4 cup of sugar to 7 graham crackers, which I have mashed up into crumbs. Then I'm going to add 5 tablespoons of margarine. And I'm using margarine here, not butter, and it is important to use margarine. The reason that I chose to do that is that it's not going to get as hard in the freezer as butter would. If you use butter, when you go to cut your terrine, you're going to end up mushing it. So once you get that all mixed together, we're going to line a plastic container with some aluminum foil. And I just took a container that was the same shape and stuffed it down in there, and it did like a perfect lining. Once you get that done, add that graham cracker crust into the bottom, pat it down until it's nice and smooth, and use that container again just to make sure that you have it nice and flat and smooth. Once you have that done, it's time for us to add our marshmallow ice cream layer. So check on your ice cream. You're looking for a soft serve consistency, and I just want to kind of show you what that looks like. Here you can see my ice cream is at a perfect consistency, and I'm just going to go ahead and add that right on top of the graham cracker crust and smooth it out until it's nice and flat. And everything doesn't have to be perfect, but the nicer you can get it looking, the nicer it's going to look when it's all done. So just flatten that out, put a lid on it, and put it in the freezer. Once your ice cream layer is completely frozen, you're ready to start your chocolate layer. So here I have 8 ounces of cream, and I'm going to add to that 8 ounces of chocolate chips. And use a whisk and just kind of whisk those together. Now my cream is hot, but it never boiled and it never simmered. It should just be hot to your touch, so like hot tub temperature kind of. Get that all whisked in and then put it into the refrigerator and let it cool until it's pretty cool, like so that you're not melting your ice cream when you put it on top, but not cool enough where it's too thick that you can pour it. So you got to use your judgment here a little bit. And I actually wasn't very patient, so mine kind of wasn't ready, and I had to stick it into the freezer and let it freeze for another hour. So my chocolate layer ended up going down in 2 layers, but if you're more patient than me, you can actually knock this out in one shot, 1 layer for the chocolate. Either way, get your chocolate layer down, put it into the freezer, and let it freeze completely. I let mine freeze overnight this time because I learned my lesson. Once that's completely frozen, you can add your last layer of graham, and I actually made my graham cracker crust yesterday, so it's a little bit gooey today, but it's going to taste just as good. Get that layer down and then put a lid onto it and put it back into the freezer last time until it's completely frozen again. Once you have it completely frozen, you can turn it out onto a cutting board and remove that aluminum foil, and it should come off for you pretty easily. As you can see, mine came off pretty easily. Once you get all of that aluminum out of the way, it is going to look like this, all beautiful. So there are my layers. I have my graham, my chocolate, my marshmallow, and my graham. And I just want to cut this for you to show you how easy it is to cut, and also to show you again why I use margarine instead of butter. As you can see, my knife went right through this, and I did not squish my terrine at all, so I didn't mush the other layers out of it. And here it is, all beautiful for you. If you would like this recipe or any of my others, please check out bestbitesforever.com. Also, be sure to check out my YouTube channel for some of my other recipes. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it, and happy cooking, everyone.
bestbitesforever.com.
For this, I was kind of going for like, just kidding, that's not what I was saying. Anyway, I'm talking too much. That's a problem.